Hi guys, Miss Francis here to talk about ecological succession. Ecological succession is the transition in species composition over ecological time. And there are two different types of ecological succession, primary and secondary. So let's discuss primary succession first. Well, primary succession begins in a lifeless area where there has no soil in the air. Where no soil has been formed yet. And what happens is a lichen acts as a pioneer species which breaks down rocks into soil, enabling moss to grow, enabling grass to grow, which then enables shrubs to grow, which then enables trees to grow. If I wanted an example of primary succession, when glaciers retreat, for example, near Canada or Alaska, they leave behind rock, and this moss has grown after the lichen, the pioneer species, and moss can be considered a pioneer species as well, breaks down the rocks left behind by the glacier into soil, and then that soil enables the growth of other producers. So the mosses and lichens colonize first, creating the development of soil. They break down the rock into soil. Therefore, they're called the pioneer species, the first ones. The climax community is the last stable stage, and this community contains the most biodiversity and the most biomass, and in general, it's the most stable community. So in New York State, the climax community consists of oak trees, maple trees, and beech trees. This is a nice picture that summarizes ecological succession. At the bottom, you can see that over time, as my community develops into a climax community, my biodiversity increases, as does my biomass, and my soil layer becomes thicker as well as contains more nutrients such as nitrogen and phosphorus. Now, secondary succession occurs where an existing community has already been there, but it got cleared by some sort of event. For example, a fire, an earthquake, a volcanic eruption, a hurricane. But that soil that was there is still there. It's left intact. And then you don't need the lichens and the mosses anymore because the soil is already there. So you've got grasses, then trees, and then organisms. So here's a nice Venn diagram comparing the two types of succession. Now you'll see that lava flow is over here in the primary succession Venn diagram. If that lava flow eliminates all of the soil, then yes, it would be primary succession. But more often than not, some type of soil is left behind, then it would be called secondary succession. Next video, we're going to take a look at the cycles involved in an ecosystem.